So let's go through the entire feature set of this application. We have a nice landing screen where you can register yourself or reset your email password. And the users are split in two groups. On the one hand, you have the organizers, and on the other hand, you have the users that visit the events. So the organizers can set up events with a title, description, and image, set the group names, and then create invite codes that they can use to invite users. The users can search for events, join the events, and then wait for the other users to arrive. Once everyone arrived, you're in this kind of nice loop where you go through different rounds. You can find a date, share QR codes or like some random generated code, have a nice conversation, see a real-time feed with the clock ticking. And once you're done, you can decide whether you want to stay in touch with them, like them, or rather move on to the next person. And you continue this loop until the organizer decides that it's time for all of this to end. And then you get home, and at some point, you'll get notified with a set of email addresses or descriptions of all the matches you've made on that day. Now, on the other hand, from the organizer's point of view, on the other track, you see which round you're currently in, how many rounds have passed, how many matches were made. You get some nice data analytics. You see the number of pairs that were made, how many people are still talking, and when the next round should start. And then, after some time, you can decide to end the event and when the matches should be seen from the user's perspective. And once you're done, you get some more data coverage about the total matches that were made, date coverage, and match ratio. And Marco will now give you a nice introduction into the architecture of our system.
All right, so the front end you just saw is a Vue.js front end, which we served through Github on a custom domain. This is a mobile browser optimized application, and it communicates with our Supabase backend, which is based on Postgres. So Supabase offers a REST API that lets you access the database. And in order to secure it, we had row-level security at the database level. This enabled us to use it as a normal REST API, as well as a real-time database for our real-time features, such as the organizers who see their data update in real time. To enable more complex logic, we also had cron jobs, lambdas, and edge functions, which were used to, for example, send emails through AWS SES with the results of the event. For a better UX, we had real-time updates and concurrent Postgres connections, which enabled us to deliver a more smooth experience. The security measures, as we've said, are row-level security at the database level, which lets us control the access to specific rows. And we also had two-factor authentication and OAuth on the front end. So here we see a quick diagram of the database. This just gives an overview of the kind of complexity that we were dealing with. And showcases especially the struggles we've had in regards to row-level security, because everything in Supabase, or at least at the time, most things would have to be done at the database level. And so if you wanted to secure your data with these more complex structures, this would, of course, be a relatively complex task.